I feel like my wokeness is very contradictory. Yes, I think it's a little irresponsible when a lot of animated shows and a lot of media want to use imperialism and empire as a symbolism or as a metaphor for family trauma or generational trauma. I do think that's a little bit careless, especially when we look at the demographic makeup of these animators. There is a consistency. At the same time, I do find it a little weird when I see people get so worked up about the redemption arcs of fictional characters and how much they hate these characters and like think that they're literally the devil. It's to the point where I kind of have to side eye and I'm like, so what's your thought on restorative justice then? Because if you're getting this mad about a fictional character that doesn't exist and you're that heated about them, like, how do you view not nice people, or how do you view problematic people in real life? Because the reality is, I feel like a lot of people, they got really caught up in these discussions of redemption arcs or feel that like these shows failed because they forgave people and everything. I have to wonder, I'm like, so how do you interact in your daily community? How do you interact with people that have made mistakes and messed up? Because while I can totally acknowledge the flaws in these animated shows, at the end of the day, I still recognize that they were trying to go for a show about empathy and care and in some ways restorative justice. It's just not the cleanest way to go about it. A lot of the energy you got for your hatred of Catra or your dislike of Steven Universe, I get it to a point, but let me just push you to maybe start using that energy into real life roots work that would actually have you closer to the communities that I feel these shows are trying to represent. Like, Catra is not supposed to be one-on-one with an actual imperialist. Catra represents troubled youth, children that are in the school to prison pipeline. That's what she represents. So the anger that you feel towards, that presentation, I just want to bring up the solution with that anger, that understandable anger at, society and systems. I would just ask, look into that. Look into working with those populations. Look into the activism work that's currently occurring. I love a good deep dive. I love a good analysis. But sometimes, I'm not saying it's not that deep, because that's not what it is. But a lot of the energy used in fandom could be directed at some really great real life uses. I'll finish with that.